Hello traders, good day, welcome. Footy Trader here from myfootballtrading.com. And yeah, welcome from I hope you're enjoying a very sunny Sunday as I do. Lovely weather where I'm located. Central Eastern part of Europe, to be precise, a little bit more precise at least. It's like 26 degrees Celsius, very nice weather. I hope wherever you are, you have a very good weather as well. The reason for this video is to share a little bit of a thinking process about the game that I intend to trade this afternoon. And this game is Napoli against Rome in Serie A. So I hope you will find it useful. I will just share how I build a correct score trade and, where I'm, coming from. Napoli, Rome is an example for a very specific reason, which we will get to. Okay. So what do we need? First, we need the exchange. So here it is. Napoli against Rome. So first things first. So why do I want to get involved in this game? Why at all? Well, one of the reasons is that I do not necessarily agree with what the market is telling me. The market is telling me, from what you can see, that Napoli is 202 to win. Roma is 4.2. So essentially, Napoli is twice as good as Rome. Why I'm saying twice as good? Because 202 is 49.5% probability of winning, and 4.2 for Rome is like 23%. So Napoli is twice as good. The probability of winning is twice as high. Yeah. If you still don't feel it, take an example where I'm a basketball player and I throw the ball to the basket, yeah, and I hit 3 out of 10. So my probability is 30%. Yeah, my efficiency is 30%, if you will. And then my colleague hits 6 out of 10. The probability of him scoring is 60%. He's twice as good as me, right? I can make 3, he's making 6. He's twice as good. So this is what the market is telling us today. Napoli is twice as good as Rome. Yeah. So what is the league table telling us? So in the league table, and is this game important? Because maybe it isn't for one of the teams. So Napoli is 8th in the Serie A table with 49 points, with 1 win in last 5 games. And it is important for them because they are fighting for the spot in European football tournaments. So quite as important. Rome is 5th in the table, 58 points, so 9 points more than Napoli. They won 3 in last 5, and number 5 ensures Champions League qualification directly to the group stage in Serie A. Number 6 doesn't. So it is important for Rome as well, because Lazio, that is 6th, they are just trailing by 3 points. So, so we can say it is an important game for both sides. Yeah. But again, Roma higher in the table, Napoli only 1 win in last 5, really struggling. Assuming that that there are no surprises in the starting lineups, then you know, Napoli is not twice as good as Rome. For now, from what I can see, Lukaku won't be playing. Paredes is also suspended for red cards. So Lukaku is out and Paredes is out for Rome. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, now with that Lukaku absence, is Roma again twice as bad as Napoli? I wouldn't say so. If Dybala is available playing for Rome, I don't think it can be justified. So now let's look at the correct score market. So 0-0 odds are 13.5, 14 approximately. So definitely less than 25. So this is something that, you know, we can trade pre-match. Okay. And if I'm going against Napoli, then effectively I would lay them on the match odds market. So what that would mean? That would mean that I would need to back here quite a huge number of scores, right? So let's see. I would need to back 0-0 at 13.5. I would need to back 0-1 at 15. I would need to back 0-2 at 28 and 0-3 at 80. Then 1-1 at 7.6, 1-2 15.5, 1-3 44, 2-2 at 17, 2-3 at 48, 3-3 at 80, and I mean, you could argue that I need to, 44 is any other away win. Yeah. Now, any other draw at 280, for the sake of the argument, let's leave that aside. So if we dodge those scores, we would be looking at what? We would be looking at 91 profit on those scores with a stake of 100. If we lay, on the other hand, Napoli, just a straight lay at 204, maybe we could get 202, but let's go 204. My liability is 100. I would get 96.15. So 96 if I lay, 91 if I back the target scores. Yeah. So obviously, you know, there is a value in, if you compare these two, you know, it's obviously better just to lay Napoli than to go to the correct score market. However, we won't, of course, back all the possible scores. We can remove some of them, right? We can accept a little bit more risk and improve this number, improve this profit, 91. We can easily push it to more than 100. Yeah. So let's also check the over 2.5. So the market is saying 50-50, more or less. Over 1.5 is 1.3. Yeah, so easily if I go 100, then I get 30. Yeah. Okay, So going back to the correct score. So we can remove some of the score lines. Yeah. And if we trade the correct score market, one of these scores that I want to remove is that dreadful 0-0. Yeah. This is the risk that I accept. There is a goalless game. I lose. That's fine. So 0-0. So 13.5 I do remove. Yeah. But this selection 1 is required, so let me move 44 here. Okay, so we've removed 13.5. Now we're looking at 122. Lovely. This is fantastic. So we are saying Roma wins and there is a goal in the game. Oh, Roma wins or draw, or there is a draw, to be precise, yeah? And we are getting more than 100% profit. Cool. That's good. So we could leave it at that. Yeah. We would get more than on the match odds market. Yeah. Remember, match odds market was giving us 96. 96. But 0-0 would have been the winner. Well, here 0-0 is we win. But we go a little bit more deep. And let's see what the stats are telling us. Okay, so here are the stats. Okay, so Napoli-Rome, you can see that for Napoli at home, they had only one 0-0 draw. So not a huge concern here. Here, however, okay, Roma had two 0-0 draws away. So okay, need to take that into account. And both teams had slow starts. Yeah, 6 times 0-0 at home and 0-0 away. Yeah, you can see, which is good. Right? We don't want a goal festival in the first half. We don't want, 3-0 at halftime. So this is good. Slow start, but then no 0-0 in the end. Then the scores that are dominating. So for Napoli, we have 2-1, 0-3. So this is covered. 2-0, 2-1 obviously is not. And 2-2, this one is also covered. And 1-1 is also covered. And 1-3 is also covered. And 1-2 is also covered. Good. This, however, is not. Yeah. And again, these are just what the stats are telling us. It's a new game. Anything can happen. People often ask me, hey, what do you think will happen in this game? And I say, I don't know. Sorry, that's my answer. And I don't know in this game as well. So Napoli can win 4-0. Rome can win 4-0. I have no idea what will happen. I don't have a crystal ball, obviously. I can't foresee the future. So it's very important to acknowledge that. I don't know what will happen, really. I don't know. Anything can happen. That's what I know, that anything can happen. So when I'm building my position, obviously I want to take into account what the data is telling me, but that's not all, right? I'm not stopping there. So I'm not just backing 2-1 and 1-2 and I say I'm good, thank you very much, because this is what happened most often in the past. So I'm fine with that. 2-1, 1-2, let's go. That wouldn't make much sense, would it? Yeah. So here 1-2 is covered, 1-4 is covered as any other away win. 0-0 is not, 1-0 is not. 0-3 is covered, 2-2 is covered in those scores that we had. 0-0 we accept the risk. What do we do about 1-0? Well, it can end 1-0, but I am entering this trade because I feel there is value in going against Napoli, right? So I would rather back 2-1 as my insurance than 1-0, to be quite honest. Right? So this is the stats. You can see the slow starts as here as well, right? Goals per time segment. First half, 36% goals, 37 for Rome, yeah? So very slow start. And then you have more than 60% goals scored in the second half. So this is this is good, yeah? This is what we want. Yeah. Okay, now, in terms of the stats and the recent results, bear with me for 1 second, I will pull out something which is hopefully valuable. Where is it? Yeah, you can never find it when you need it. Okay, here it is. So Napoli, Rome, head-to-heads. Okay. So if you look Napoli at home, you can see that their results form a trend around 1-1. So they had recently 1-1, 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-1, with the exception of being defeated 0-3 to Atalanta, and they had a 2-2 draw against Frosinone. So both 2-2 and 0-3 were fantastic for us. So think about 1-1 and 2-1, and this is 2-1 here, yeah? So 2-1 we have to add really to our lines. So Rome, what did they do? Okay, so they had a 2-1 win against Udinese. They had 2 European League games, which, you know, cup games is something different. This is that risk that we want to avoid. They had that 0-0 draw against Lecce. Lecce was really dominating, but yeah, nothing happened there. Then 2-2 Fiorentina, 1-4 Monza, 3-0 all good. Salernitana 1-2 all good. Yeah. So that 0-0 against Lecce is a red flag, but you know, something that I'm okay to accept. And if you look at their their head-to-heads, we have 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 4-0 for Napoli. As I'm saying, you know, anything can happen. Then 2-1, 1-1, 2-4, 1-3. Yeah, so again, there is this trend against 2-1 and 1-1. Okay, so let's get back to our scores and see what we can remove. So here is the market. Okay, so what I can remove probably for now and, you know, try to manage in play is some higher scores, like 3-3, for example, at 80. Okay, I'm removing that. I don't want that. It makes my profit 129. Then I will remove 2-3 with 5 goals. You know, probably I can handle it in play as well with so many goals at 48. So that I can remove. So this is giving me 140 now. So what is left? We have nil. So we have also 1-0 I want to remove. So 15, this I will take out. And this is giving us 186. So we have 0-2, 0-3, 1-2. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. And we have any other away win. as well. And we have, of course, the 2-2 draw. Great profit, but we need to take that 2-1 into account. And 2-1 is 10, so here it will drop now, yeah? So we are back at 1-2-2. So I'm backing 2-1. And I will also back 3-0, just in case, you know, everything, the market goes completely against me and, you know, Napoli is demolishing Rome. So 3-0 is 21. Can add that as well. And here I'm looking at just 100% profit. So the ratio is 1-to-1, which is very good, So again, what do we have? We have 2-0 at 28. We have 0-3 at 80. We have 1-1 at 7.6. We have 1-2 at 15.5. We have 1-3 at 44. We have 2-1 at 10. We have 2-2 at 17. And we have 3-0, 21. And we have any other away win at 44. Yeah? So these are our 9 lines. Ratio is 1-to-1. And this is how, and you know, this is just one example, right? But the reason for this video is just to present a thought process, right? You can do it differently. You can go for a different profit, increase it and then increase a risk, or decrease it and decrease the risk. You can select different score lines. You can even agree with the market that Napoli is twice as good as Rome. Maybe, you know, Lukaku is not playing and because of that, they are twice as good. It doesn't matter in a sense that that's not the point of the video. This Napoli-Rome is just an example, right? To present you a thought process and how you will build the correct score trade. Now, is it everything? Now, can we just place these bets and enjoy our day? No, there is one more thing that you have to do, and it is the in-play trading plan. It will probably make this video too long if I cover that now. The video is already more than 20 minutes. So I'll stop here. But you, even on a piece of paper, you need to write down what will you do. Let's say at halftime. What will you do if it's 0-0 halftime? What will you do if it's 0-2 or it's 2-0, etc.? If the game is open, if the game is not open. You can't think about it and figuring out what you will do in play. There's just no time for it. Yeah. So do it up front. Okay. Okay. With that, I'm not making this video any longer. Thank you very much, and stay green. Fingers crossed for this one. I hope it will be a profitable trade. Stay green, definitely, with whatever you're on today, and we'll speak again soon. Bye bye.